Well, welcome to the show, fellas. I'm Jaffe. This Fanboy Fights, a brand new show here on the channel. Let me tell you how this works. So members on YouTube at any tier and Patreon were able to submit a trailer, a single trailer, for a video game that is yet to be released that they are most excited for. This was a live recorded show. Members and non-members were able to watch and then vote for their favorite submitted trailer in real time. Now, those votes have been tallied. I know who the winner is. But I don't know what you think. And thus, below this video, in the About section down below, there's a link. It will let you vote on the following trailers in this video. Doesn't cost you nothing. All you need is a Google account. So don't be a baby. Participate in the democratic process and let us know what you think. In a couple of days, I will put up a new video. It will have the winners of the live audience and the winners of you guys, people watching it after the fact. Let's see how in sync you guys are and see if you voted the same way. Also, you have to redeem me because I was certain I knew what the #1 game would be, should be, and alas, that was not the case. All right, look. Let's try this thing. I'm excited. I'm excited for you to see if you like the show. If you like it, leave me a comment. If you hate it, tell me why. And let's get going. This is the first ever episode of Fanboy Fights. Every week, if people like this show, it won't just be trailers. It'll be a different kind of gamey geek topic every week. So maybe next week we'll do best boss fights or, you know, the how this stuff goes. But for now, we're going to start with trailers, see what people think. We got 14 trailers lined up. If you're interested and you want to contribute and you want to vote, you don't have to be a member. This is the Fanboy Fights ballot. We're going to start with Blade, which I think was recommended to us by member Adam Blue. And then down here, it's like you can rate it 1 to 10. Number 1 is like, I don't give a fuck about this damn game based on the trailer. And it's important I'm reading this to you because it's not so much if you think the game's going to be great or any, it's does the trailer make you give a fuck about the game. And all the way up to number 10, I want to break into the office of the developer just so I can play this game now, right? So 10 is like, holy shit, that's the best trailer in the batch, and 1 is like, this is crap. And then we're going to go over here and it'll get all tallied up. Okay, so we are going to begin. This is trailer 1, suggested by or submitted by member Adam Blue. Here we go. I'm going to shut up for the next minute and a half, if you can believe it. Here we go.
Votre attention, le soleil est sur le point de se coucher. Tous les citoyens sont priés de se mettre à l'abri en intérieur jusqu'à l'aube. Attention, the sun is currently setting. All citizens are required to shelter indoors.
Turn that shit up.
Relax, man. I don't bite. Lock up tight now. Night's just getting started.
All right, there we go. That is the first trailer for the show. Now, again, I'll tell you, I was hoping, like I said, I'm just linking to trailers that were linked to me. And I know that they've released some gameplay of this, but I don't think that they have put it out in a gameplay trailer so much. But I like Blade, and I like the developer, and I think it's cool that the developer is actually kind of diving into more of a licensed thing like this. I didn't think Deathloop was great. That was their last game, but it was definitely ambitious and cool. Darth Nugget says, the only reason I'm interested in Blade is because the trailer didn't move the needle in either direction. Okay, so I'm going to go down here and I'm going to vote. And again, I'm going to try to take us all on the honor system. I know sometimes it's hard. If you love Blade, you're probably going to rate it high. If you hate Blade, low. I'm going to try to come to it pretty fresh and just say all I'm doing is voting based on nothing more than if I had seen that as a trailer, how excited would I be? Let me take this off. I don't want nobody seeing my vote. All right, here we go. Second trailer. This is the VR version of Batman Arkham Shadow is what it's called for the MetaQuest 3. This is entry number 2 in Fanboy Fights. Here we go.
There's a new darkness overtaking Gotham, driving the city mad. The only light left is from the fire in the streets, casting shadows of rats on everything that was once good. Fear is their weapon. But they're not the only ones who can use it. The Rat King will stop at nothing to destroy my city. How far will I go to destroy him?
Yeah, it's only coming to MetaQuest 3, it looks like.
When the bat falls, the rats rise.
All right, there we go. And I don't think they've shown much gameplay for this. This is from Camouflage, who, if you don't know, did the Iron Man VR game, which was surprisingly fan servicey. I mean, it wasn't just you fly around as Iron Man. You're in his home, and there's Pepper Potts, and there's all of this shit. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Just so we know, Shane Sullivan says we can't submit until we see the trailers or it's random. It's not, though. That's the thing. You're not saying this one's better than that one. All you're voting on is on a scale of 1 to 10 in a vacuum. Does this trailer make you never want to see this fucking game again? Or at the far end of the spectrum, does it make you want to break into the developer office and play it right now? Like you would commit crime to basically play it, is what the 10 means, right? That's what we're talking about. Now we're going to move on to one submitted to us by an actual member of our Diet to the Soldiers, who's also a video game developer. So this is something him and his company are making. So of course he's excited about it. He don't have to break into the offices though, so that's nice. Here we go. This is called Clockwork Ambrosia. That is Clockwork Ambrosia coming out next year. I think it looks pretty good. I'm into games like that, so I'm suddenly excited. I had not watched that yet, but is it Unity? I don't know. It could be. Wouldn't surprise me, but I dig that quite a bit. But let's see. My excitement. I'm not going to break in anybody's offices, and there are a lot of games that are out there like it. And that's kind of the challenge for games like this. How do you break through the noise? Nothing I saw in that trailer breaks through the noise. The only thing that would break through the noise would be it's just genuinely really good and controls great. Like I played a demo the other day called Pipsqueak, where it's a Metroidvania where you play a cartoon mouse, and it's pretty good, but I only was doing it because I was putting together a video of demos. If it wasn't for that, there's nothing about the trailer that would have made me say I want that. So I hope they got plenty of time, it looks like. I hope they do something at a conceptual level, or even if not that, maybe it's just got to control like butter, and that's they gotta make sure they got either word of mouth going or there's a strong conceptual hook, even if it's just the art style, because this character, you know, again, and I'm saying that as a guy who really liked the trailer. I want to play this. But okay, so I'm going to give it my rating. How excited am I to play it? Okay, I can give it that. All right, we're going to move on to the next trailer. All these, again, submitted by members. I appreciate that, fellas. Very kind, very courteous, very generous of your time. This is a trailer which is coming out, I don't know, I think it's coming out next year. It looks pretty good. Well, I don't want to sway you, but here we go. This is a trailer that I like to call, and because that's the name of it, this is Crimson Desert. Here we go. that is Crimson Desert. It's by Pearl Abyss. They have 420 employees. South Korea. The thing they're best known for is the MMORPG Black Desert Online that has run for a good long time. And I guess from the chat, you guys are saying this was originally going to be an RPG as well, but they've turned it single player. You know, somebody in the chat's like, well, there's no way this is running at 60 on consoles. Yeah, I mean, this is why I'm going to play. Well, it might if Xbox ends up doing the deal like they say with GeForce Now. But if they do, then it will. But I will certainly be playing it on PC on GeForce Now. I think it looks really good. Don't forget, again, now is the time to vote. You can click the link at the top. I'll show you if you're just joining us. Here's how it works. The games that we've had before, you vote up there. I don't give a fuck about this damn game based on the trailer. Is a 1 all the way up to a 10, which is I want to break into the offices of the developer tonight just so I can play this game now. So give it a rating. It'll automatically take, and I'll give you the winner at the end of the show. How does Black Desert run on consoles? Ravno says, good question. No clue. I've never played it. But no, it's been out for a long time. I don't know what DSP is. Big Shaq says DSP called you bad at Street Fighter. Whoever DSP is knows my Street Fighting skills because they couldn't be more right about that assessment of my skills or lack thereof. Okay, we're moving on. All these games were submitted by members. If you want to submit any member, any tier here on Patreon, it'll get you in the door. Okay, so this is a trailer coming from one of our members. I played the demo of this recently at Steam Next Fest, but now it's coming out, and this is called Flintlock, and I think it comes out this month.
Your kind ravaged my city, my world. Killed everyone I've ever loved. Every breath I take from here on will be spent exacting my revenge on the gods. Death to gods. Come and get it!
If it's vengeance you want, I'll give it to you. As long as U is free, your world is in mortal peril. Help me seal him away. Stem the tide of destruction. It's the least you can do.
No escape for you.
Let's go!
Perfect! You will bow!
Come on then! Fight me and die!
An interesting find. I'm sure you'll find a use for it.
I'll just take this.
I hope my work has served you well so far.
No rest till dawn!
Get ready.
You're in my way.
Go. So again, this was a game that a lot of us have already played the demo of a couple of weeks ago at the Steam Next Fest. I will say, what's interesting to me about this trailer is that it's like if you're going to basically do what everybody else is doing and you don't have the budget or the time, which I guess is the same thing, if you don't have the budget to compete with the ones that are doing the same thing, top of the line, like an Elden Ring or Bloodborne or any of that shit, then you've got to have a conceptual hook, like Lies of P. And I know Lies of P ended up being a genuinely great game as well. But conceptually, the enemy design and the weapons and stuff and just the idea that you were playing this kind of, Clockwork Pinocchio, I think brought a lot of people in. Or somebody mentioned in the chat, Banishers. Banishers, similarly, I loved Banishers, but it was like a horror light Souls game. But I think this game just feels very conceptually weak, but it may be great. This next trailer is a game coming out. I don't know when this is coming out, actually. I know this has been announced for a while. It's a very neat looking game, but I don't know the release date. Maybe it'll be at the end of this trailer. Okay, so this is a trailer called Replaced. Here we go.
An atomic test gone wrong leads to thousands of American lives lost in the last 2 months
You
alone.
cannot estimate the spread of radiation.
After the abolishment of nuclear power, old mining complexes were reopened across
To reduce our international affairs and focus on our own country.
Phoenix Corporation representatives assure the walls were built for our own safety.
Stop within this cage. I'm dying twice. Never-ending nightmares creeping, counting down while you're still breathing. You'll see myself killing me, turn flash, then the wall, pushing me till I fall by myself in my head, counting clicks till I'm dead. What a wonderful.
All right, that was Replaced. It was pretty cool, actually. It kind of reminds me of that The Long Night or The Last Night kind of thing, which has been in, development by that guy in France for a long time. There's been in development for a long time too. I don't think this is the same game that was renamed. I think it's a different game. Now this next one's a little bit of a cheat, a handful of games together, but given it's our pilot episode, we don't have all the rules down for this yet. I'm going to allow it. It's just called Sega New Era Games. And so just kind of judge it as a concept of what Sega is doing versus an individual game, because this is about 4 games crammed into one. This is called, the trailer's called Power Surge Sega Trailer, but you'll see a number of games in here. Let's give it a look. Here we go.
Yo.
Did you save the game?
Really? Of course I did.
Let me reintroduce you.
So again, I get it. There's a number of games in there, but it's more of the idea that they're pitching you that you should be voting on based on how excited you are by that trailer. Ravno says, Crazy Taxi, it sucks that it's going to be an MMO. I mean, I don't know yet. I think the thing with Crazy Taxi that's hard is that you don't really know Like, how do you make that into a game that's more than just kind of a fun novelty for 20 minutes at a time, like the arcade game was? And so maybe the idea of it being an MMO where it's there's like multiple events that are happening in the city, and depending on the day, and you can work with your team to kind of have like a, you know, I don't fucking know, like a limousine. And one guy, you remember, here's what I tell you, there was like this game when I was a kid in the arcade. It was a fire truck game. And one guy sat in the front of a sit-down fire truck thing, and the other guy sat in the back and controlled the back. Like, maybe if it's something like that, you know, but they got to do something. So I get why they've pushed it out and expanded it, but we'll see. All right, so I just voted. You can do the same, clicking on the link at the top of the YouTube channel, and we will now move on. This coming out this year. Let me know what you think of this one in the voting. This is, of course, Silent Hill 2 from Bloober Team.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just...
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost. I'm looking for Silent Hill.
I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe.
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
No, you shouldn't be here. I'll be good, I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please. No, please.
There's your Silent Hill. Going up and vote for it. Let me know what you think. That'll be out pretty soon. It's tough because, you know, as a trailer goes, I think it looks, you know, nothing special, but it looks like a really good kind of thing. I don't know if that's a Sony timed exclusive or permanent exclusive, but it'd be great to have them have their own kind of horror-based, if Silent Hill kind of just becomes a Sony-only thing. I think exclusives are good for boxes, as long as you're going to have them, or for anything that's competing. But the team gives me a great deal of pause, just because I think they don't succeed as often as they need to make anybody feel good about it. JSD says, I don't think Bloober was the right choice. I agree. I would have much rather seen this go to the guys at Supermassive that did Until Dawn, and they've got a single-player game coming out pretty soon based on the Dead by Daylight series. They had all of the Man of Medan and the Dark Anthology. They're hit and miss as well, but they're more hit than miss, and even when they miss, it's interesting. Okay, moving on. This is from our very own Jojo D. I'd never heard of this game until he submitted this to the chat to say put this in. This is from Jojo D. It's a game called City of Ashes. So, you know, where the fuck did he find this goddamn thing? Looks pretty cool, though. Here you go, City of Ashes.
I'll be back soon. I promise.
Good night, asshole.
Soon, I promise.
Rise and shine, princess. You'll be the main course of this evening. You won't hurt a bit.
From the creators of Dead Effect series. With more than 30 million downloads, comes new adventure. Use your MMA instinct to survive. Become the king of the street.
All right, there we go. That's City of Ashes. You know, interesting. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Like I said to Joe, first I've seen it. The combat looks funnish, but I wonder if it also feels like maybe it's going to be one of those, it gets very repetitive, very, very, very fast. I don't know. Now we got the next trailer coming up. We looked at this on a Gabbin' and Games episode the other day, and boy, well, I'm not going to say much about it. Let me just play it. This is, and we'll talk about it on the other side. I don't even know who the fuck made this. It may have been like one or two people, but this is pretty interesting. Give it a look. It's called Labyrinth of the Demon King. Tell you, that looks fucking weird, man. I think that's creepier and more disturbing than the Silent Hill trailer. That's what I'm talking about with the Silent Hill thing. Real horror surprises you and shocks you and, you know, disturbs you in its novelty. For a team that prides itself on being great at video game horror, I will say that Bloober Team pretty much is very rote and tropey and standard. And I don't know how good or bad Labyrinth of the Demon King is going to be, but as a trailer, though, it definitely, there's a mind at work there, as my friend Hamilton says. Actually, it's Eliza says that. It doesn't matter. Here we go. Give it a rating. 1 to 10, how compelled are you to play this game based on that trailer? Now, this is also one from JoJo D. Now, I want to tell you again, that in the future, you can only submit one, but it's the first episode. We're learning as we go. And I'll tell you, if you haven't seen Axel F yet and you're a kid of the 80s or early 90s or 70s, you're in for a treat. It feels like you've gone back in time. But it's a genuinely good movie, and there's a great helicopter sequence in there. But obviously that's got nothing to do with this, only that it's a helicopter game. Very much inspired clearly by the Tony Barton series, who's a friend of the show, the Strike series, Jungle Strike, Soviet Strike, blah, blah, blah. It's called Cleared Hot. It's coming out. The demo is already out, and the game is coming out, I think, relatively soon. Give it a look. Here you go. This is Cleared Hot.
Who am I? I'm the guy they call when they need the kind of big gun energy that makes the US of A the most fearsome... Or was that guy. And now that I grabbed this bad boy off eBay, I may just be that guy again. Don't call it a comeback, unless you wanna. Which, you know, I wanna. Cause look at me. Just like riding the back. Oh, was that the target?
Nope.
Okay, maybe my reflexes aren't what they were, but I'm pretty sure I more than make up for that with wisdom? I don't know. Something. All I do know is that I was born to fly this bird, and after 20... Wait, how long ago was... God damn. After a 30-year timeout, I'm well rested and ready to roll. Some people might call this a midlife crisis. I call it a midlife opportunity. When opportunity knocks, I'm the guy that...
Altitude. Altitude.
I'm that guy. You'll see. Soon. Ish. I mean, no promises, but you know, I'm coming.
Mobile game. Godslayer says mobile game. I mean, you can play it right now. The demo's on Steam. I'm not going to... Well, it doesn't matter. I don't want to sway the vote, but let's just say you can vote for it right now, your level of interest in this game. If I'm just basing it off the trailer, that's why all you get. Even if you've played the demo, don't let that sway you good or bad, because that wouldn't be fair since we're judging trailers. I'm going to vote right there. All right, this next one is one that I submitted. I had never even heard of this game, so God damn it, Jaffe. I had never even heard of this game till I started putting this show together. Maybe you have. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at here? But this is a new game coming out soon. It's called Phantom Line. Give it a look, and then give it a vote, please. Here we go.
Atlas 1-1, this is Zeus. Do you copy? Over. We've detected the anomalous presence in the Iron Corridor area. We need you to localize it and contain it. There's a lot of blue and red activity there. Do not engage. I repeat, do not engage. Your goal is simple. Search and contain the anomaly. I repeat, search. Atlas, do you copy? Respond, Atlas.
That's all I know about it. I don't know when it's coming out. I love military mixed with supernatural. I just think that's always the coolest thing, and we don't have enough of games like that. So I'm super into that. If it was just another military shooter, Moop says it's hard for me to get into military shooters these days. It's off-putting when we're on the brink of World War III. No, I hear you. But this is not that. This feels more like, somebody in the chat said it's like Call of Duty meets Control. Something pretty cool about that, I think. But give it a vote on the link. Yeah, Benji in the chat is saying Annihilation is so good. Right, that movie with Natalie Portman, it kind of has that kind of has that flavor to it, which I like a lot. Here we go. This is the next one. Now, this I've never even heard of, hadn't seen this trailer. One of our members submitted this morning. I think it's a Switch exclusive. It's a very strange title. It's called Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. I don't know what the fuck he's on about with this trailer, but let's give it a watch. Here we go.
Build a life transcending time. Craft your story 1,000 years in the making in a brand new Fantasy Life game. This once thriving island in the seas of Bavaria now stands deserted. Travel to the island's past to gather resources, then use them to restore the island in the present. You'll start out by assuming one of many different roles called lives. Why not become a miner to collect ore? How about a magician to take down monsters? Or even a carpenter to craft furniture? You can swap between these lives and many more as you rebuild the island. As you travel through time, you'll gradually uncover truths about your new island home. Additionally, up to 4 players can journey together online, invite friends to the island, and set off to discover the secrets that lie in store. This life is yours to live in. Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. Launching on Nintendo Switch October 10th.
Okay, that's Fantasy Life I. Never heard of it until today. I don't know how much farming is in it. It looks like something my kids would have vibed with back when they were, playing the Pop Tropicas of the PC world, and there was another one on the Switch or the DS that had like a, hey, Cal! Oh, he's in his room now. It was like a Metopia, or I don't fucking know. Doesn't matter. The point is, here we go. Give it a rating. Let me give Fantasy Life a rating real quick, and then we will watch the final trailer. All of these have been submitted by our fine members, and I really do appreciate that, fellas. Okay, this is the very last one. You know it, you love it, maybe. Or maybe you don't. I don't fucking know. But here's the point. Gears of War E-Day. Here we go. All right, there you go, Gears of War E-Day. It would be great if we get that next Christmas or in that time. I really hope so. I love the first couple Gears of Wars. Again, there's no gameplay there, but that wasn't the point of that trailer. And that's everything. Those are the 14 trailers. The first episode of Fanboy Fights is complete. Go on down below, vote in the Google form, whatever it is, and stay tuned for a few days from now, and we will see the results. Let me know what you think of this kind of show in the comments. Let me know if you want to do another one. If you want to do another one, what should next week's topic be? I do appreciate it, though. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for hanging out, looking at trailers. One of the best parts of the whole thing. I love the trailers. Be well, my tiny human friends, and I'll see you soon. Bye.